This is how you can turn old rusty metal from this to this using ingredients that you probably have in your cupboard. Hi Blueberries, welcome back to another video. I know this one is a bit different from what you used to, but I am trying something different, and yeah, I'm glad you are here, and I hope you are going to enjoy the video. Do make sure that you watch till the end. So I've got this KD that I have in the shower. I usually put my shower things in there, and of course, you know, in the bathroom there's a lot of mist and water, and that's why it looks like that. So let's fix it. Like I said, you are going to be using ingredients that you have in your cupboard, and first up we've got the famous white vinegar. Yes, oh, I just love vinegar because it's so versatile and you can use it for so many things, right? And of course, good old salt. Yes, the very same salt that you use for cooking every day is what you're going to need for this cleanup that we're about to do. So find yourself a container and then pour in the vinegar. The measurements depends, you know, on the type of things and the amount of things that you want to clean up. I actually don't have any specific measurements, but I used this whole bottle of vinegar. It is 1 liter, and I just went ahead and threw everything there. And then I also added lots and lots of salt. Yeah, I am still pouring the salt, as you can see. Yes, we are still pouring that salt. Okay, now we're done. And then you're just going to make sure that you give it a good mix, stir everything up, mix, just to make sure that both these items can combine. And you're gonna have to practice a bit of patience because the salt does take time to dissolve in the vinegar, because obviously it's cold. So yeah, I stirred, making sure that everything is dissolved so that it can do its magic. Oh, this took some time, hey? But yeah, I think I've got the consistency that I'm looking for. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put in my item in that solution. I actually let this sit for 24 hours, like overnight. I just left it there the whole day, and I only came back the following day to take a look. So, depending on what type of metal it is and how precious it is, you just want to make sure that you do go back and check that it's still okay, just so that you don't break it down completely. This is the following day. I went back to check, and as you can see, lots of rust had already dissolved. It's left in the container, and then for what followed up is just now I needed to do some scrubbing. So find yourself some kitchen scrubbing item and scrub away. It was so easy. It was not that hard. Everything was falling off because it has been sitting there for 24 hours now. So just making sure that I remove all those rust, going through the corners and all the difficult places to reach, and then scrub. As you can see, it is coming out nicely. Most of the rust is almost already gone. So yeah, shout out to vinegar and shout out to salt. If you are enjoying this video and if you've made it this far, please do give it a thumbs up and leave a comment if you've got any other tips or a question in the comment section down below. And then after the scrubbing, I went ahead with a paste of good old baking soda. Like I said, items that you probably do have in your cupboard. So I just put a bit of baking soda, mixed it with a bit of water to make a paste, and then combined and mixed everything up. And then I was going to use this sort of as a second step, where I will apply this mixture on the metal after scrubbing it. So yeah, I went ahead and applied the paste of the baking powder and water, making sure that I'm covering each and every strand. And of course, it was a bit difficult to have it covering it completely. I even tried different items trying to see which one is going to give me maximum result. Anyway, I went ahead and applied the baking powder paste, the baking soda paste, and then I left it there for about 10 minutes, just for the baking soda to sort of give it some time, to dissolve the little rust that was still remaining on the item. For some reason, I actually enjoyed doing this. I was looking forward to seeing the end results and how it's actually gonna look at the end. Yeah, so it was quite a fun activity. Yeah, so now I had finished applying the paste, and I was comfortable that everything is covered. And then I went ahead and just left it there for 10 minutes, like I said. Look at all the rust in the vinegar that just came off by itself. And then after 10 minutes, now I was back to do the final rinse and the final wash. Yeah, so as you can see, it did really, these two steps did really clean it up nicely. It's looking way better than what it looked like before. So yeah, go ahead and try this solution. If you've got any metal in the bathroom or anywhere else or in the kitchen that is going through a lot of rust, and you want to try and give it a fresh look. So yeah, like I said, with items that you already have in your cupboard, it's quick and it's easy. Look at that. Look at that. Less metal in the environment, and yeah, you get to reuse it again. Will it rust again? Of course, I'm sure it will after a while. Then if it's still reusable, you just do this again. So yeah, this is the final product. Looking all sparkling, renewed, and as good as new. Well, thank you so much for making it to the end. We've come to the end of the video. Do consider giving me a subscribe or a follow back if you'd like to see more video like this or normal everyday lifestyle vlogs. See you in the next one.